Hi guys, I'm putting this up for one of my students. I do private art lessons, and when a student comes to me and says, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, that's normally what they say to me at the beginning. They can't figure it out. They give me some pictures and I do a critique of them. And then I help them fix what's wrong. This is by no means a put down on my student. This is to help her and guide her in her art travels. She's aware that I am doing this, gave permission for me to put it up because in reality, a lot of people make the same mistakes. So sit back. This is my critique of a very new coloring person who has a lot of motivation and is going to be great. And if you're sitting there and confused, because I said the next video is going to be the hair, it is the fur. Next video, I promise, is the fur. It's coming out tomorrow night. It's done and ready to be uploaded. See you then. I'm sorry to say we have to put the rabbit down. Okay, this is her first picture. And I give her a little gold star for effort, but there are technique problems here. And I'm not here to trash her, and she knows this. We're going to just go through her picture, and maybe some of my other subscribers who are just trying to learn and get the concepts down can benefit from this. And I know, believe me, I was an art student at one time. I endured those awful days where we used to have to stand up in front of the class and show our pictures off while the teacher tore it apart. I'm not going to be that mean, I promise. Okay, so she did a bunny and a flowers, and I give her an A for effort. She's gotten the concept here of, um, she needs to put in shading. She just put it in the wrong spot. Her hand techniques are a little off, and I'm going to go through this. Okay, first the fur. Thank God I'm doing the video. She is never going to have fur that looks like this. Straight lines, hatched out, no rhyme or reason until the paper was full. Her advanced shading on it, I don't know what this. I think I think the rabbit is dead. Um, I don't know what this is. So this has got to go. She's never going to do that. Where that should have been is over here. There's some darkening that needs to go in over here. And that's where she went wrong. She switched it up. Her colors are okay. Like if she took this picture, used the same pencils, and even wanted her bunny to have the dark half face and the darker paws, she would have been okay if her technique was there. No tapered strokes, but we're fixing that. And I promise she is never going to do a bunny that looks like this again. Not while she's my student. Okay, her flowers. I'm going to point out there are two flowers on here that I do think are okay, and that of course is this one and this one. The rest, oh, not so much. Okay. This flower would have been okay if she had blended it just a little more, and this blank spot in here, too much pink. She didn't get her gradient right, but she's working on it. But her colors are spot on, where she did the darker on the inside because it's deeper, and she tried to make it look like it was curved, and she ended up with the darker tips. That's fine. She's got the concept, not the technique yet. And I like this. It's textured. The inside part is really good. I may have added a little bit more white in there, maybe with a little Posca or an eraser tip, but this part is okay. She came over here and she's trying to do the same thing as she did here, over here, where she's trying to make the flowers flip over, the petals. The white is just too stark, but she's getting the concept. And once you get the concept and it goes in there, what you're doing wrong, you could fix what she's doing right. Um, Over here, her grass, it's okay. I've seen other people do grass like this also. I probably would have not done such a stark line in the middle, but that could also be a matter of taste, and she may have flailed out a little bit, putting in some veins. That's just doing, things over and over again, because over here she kind of got it. Like if she had, this is okay, and over here too many lines, stark lines, not good. Again, she's using these stark lines. She's being a um, person who colors in a coloring book. Okay, here this flower is okay. I would have probably put a little bit more darkness into where the petals go down. It would have made the petals look a little bit more vibrant and standing out. She's got, okay, so each flower I could do this on, it's basically the same problem. Um, Over here, there's no shading over here. So now you're seeing where the problem is. Now, how could she fix it? First of all, everything, and I'll write this down, everything you color has at least 3 pencil colors. At least. And I'm talking down to the finest leaf. She gave up on that one. She likes the coleus leaves. Almost still again with this 3 colors: light, medium, dark. That doesn't include white and it doesn't include black. You want 3 shaded colors. That's why collecting up your pencil blends is so important, and put them down in a book if you have to, so that you have something to look back on. You can always go to my website. I give you, for every color blend, I give you 5 pencils that go along with the color scheme of the picture, and it's free. Go look, have a good time. I add them whenever I can. I'll be adding them. Um, okay, her eye here, I don't know why her highlight is going off into her eyelid, but this is just a matter of her not getting the right size. The eye shape is a little wonky, so this rabbit may have passed away. Remember when I said when your pupils are wonky, I've said this other times, when your pupils are wonky, your picture has a head injury. So this poor rabbit, I think, has passed on. And let's take a look at another one of her pictures. Oh. Okay, so let's get a little deeper into this picture. Okay, this, when she showed me this picture, was my favorite of the ones that she had done. And where she was off on it, her woodwork here doesn't look like anything except she colored it in. There's no highlights, there's no lowlights, and there's no shading, so that it doesn't look like it's standing out from anything. Everything in this world has shade. You always have to think, if my person is sitting, they have shade under their butt. They have shade under their chin. She kind of got that, but she didn't. It's underdeveloped. This picture is actually one that she could take and continue on, and it would be fine. She, in fact, I may suggest to her as the weeks go by that she revisit this picture and see just how much more she has to do on it. She did this crayon mark on it. Never do that, people. Please don't outline or put a line around your pictures. Shade them so that they look like that. Her dress, there's no rhyme or reason to the highlighting on her dress. These are creases. I'm going to teach you actually probably next week on how to do a crease properly so that you don't, it doesn't look like this. And that video is coming out. Um, I'm going to do a ribbons one. Once you get ribbons down and you can do a good ribbon, you're good for gold. Um, so again, this is an undeveloped picture and she could have put more into it, continue to develop. She copied this from someone, and I'm going to tell you guys, do not copy other people's work. Be your own artist. You might like what somebody's doing, but add your own touches to it. If you like somebody else's picture so much, make a photocopy. Do your own. And this is where she tried to keep up with the other artists without having the technique. But we're going to fix that. These flowers are just underdone. We can fix these flowers very easily. Okay, let's see. Okay, Jack and the Beanstalk. Um, I noticed immediately she used pastel on the background, which is fine. I thought I liked the background very much. She did a nice white to yellow, pastel-y to purple blend. Her lines are smooth. This came out nice. Um, where she's off on here is her lighting. She didn't have a lighting source, so had she chosen, which I probably would have chosen this because you could have put the sun going down onto Jack's face and carried it out and through and down. So she has no shading in here that shows that this is actually a leg attached to the body. It's just kind of everything is going straight. Where she was starting to pick up the concepts of blending was with her flowers. I liked her blending better in this picture with her flowers, with her leaves, I'm sorry. But there was no continuity in it. If the leaves are coming here and the light is hitting right there, let's see where the light's going to hit. It's going to hit a little bit above. It's going to hit right there. This leaf has no defining anything. It's just kind of there. There's nothing on the edges that are going to give the leaf shape. These are all fixable things. In fact, this is a fixable picture. Her clothing, there's just lines where she colored in. But once she learns how to do cloth, she's never ever going to have cloth that looks like this. We're going to fix it. So she's got the concept and she's definitely motivated. She owns as many books as I do, and she went for the good pencils immediately, both in the oils and in the wax. So she's got a lot of potential, this one. Okay, on this picture, the fairy, she likes fairies, and I can help her so much. Here she's trying to do the wings. The wings didn't grab it. Now I showed Prismatic Attic. Just if you haven't figured out, Prismatic Attic was one of my little proteges. She had a lot of natural talent in her. I am not taking credit for what that woman produces now. I set her kind of in the right direction, and she soaked up everything I told her like a sponge. She was wonderful, and now she used to get her little pat on the head from me, and now it's like, yo, how did you do that? And so I do suggest go over to her channel and Prismatic Attic. Her name is Celeste. She is a doll, and she is a southern spunky lady and a lot of fun. So here you could, I know what she was trying to do with the white tips. It's just too much dark black line in there, and you can get rid of the line, and I do always suggest when you can get rid of the heavy line. Art does not have, nature does not have black lines defining its edges. So we could, if she had gone a little bit darker on the edges and blended it darker, her petals would have looked like they were curving, and you would not have noticed the stark black line in her picture. Um, and I think she was a little bit, she was getting the hair. I see the highlights are starting to go in the hair. I'm gonna help her with that. Um, there's no defining um, in her hair. The problem in her hair would be there's no defining line of highlight. You have she has a highlight here, and it goes up here, and it goes down there, and that's, we're working with light. Highlights come to your hair through light. Light, if she had, this was correct. If she had worked on it more, the light was coming down. She wants a little highlight around the face, but then kind of this little fairy needs her hair washed. She kind of lost it in here with a highlight down here and a highlight down there, but all fixable. She did the same thing with her vines. There's no defining, like, you see where the points, this is like a tip. You see where like it always points down? It's always going to be darker in that tip. It's never going to get lighter whenever you have the shape anywhere. Like the shape is right there. This should have been darker. Um, the point is over here. Look for your points. Your points will guide you. And her wings were kind of, I know where she was trying to go with the translucent, and it just did not work. I would do a translucent wing tutorial for you guys, but Celeste, Prismatic Attic, has a wonderful one, so there's really no reason to double up on it. Go watch hers. And remember, Celeste's been only doing this for about a little bit over a year, and she's wonderful. And then I kind of laughed at her. She has the light going in this direction, which is fine, except she's got like a highlight on her bum. I probably would have put it up a little higher. As the line curves, you want that highlight up here, not down. I don't know how the sun, her highlight is going on her curve when her highlight should be over here or upper hip. So she's got it right. She knows where to do it. She just needs to put it where it belongs. Okay, it's kind of like scrambled now. Another thing under here, whenever there's underleaves, you always know it's a little darker color. Here, it's not dark enough. Over here, right in this spot, should have been all dark. How's the light going to get in there? It's not. Here it goes above. These two are covering this, and there's no shadow in there. So I would have deepened the color in there, and not like this. This should have gone a little bit more out, and you would have found that each petal would have been very distinct. So as I said, it's an underdone picture. It is by far means not awful. She's got a lot of potential, and she's going to go, this one's going to go far. This is her before video. I give this to her as a gift, and I guarantee her in 6 months, her pictures, she's going to laugh when she looks at these pictures and sees just how far she's going to go. I will see you guys next week. Take care.